Mr. Speaker, my chop on Michelle Calahoo was a signatory to Treaty Number 6, a treaty we recognize here in this very House every week for the responsibilities that we have under this relationship. Our grandfathers and grandmothers had the foresight to know how important it was to include the medicine chest clause, which ensures health care, and the treaty right to education. Elders have told us how important it is to walk in two worlds. I imagine that this is the moment of my ancestors' wildest dreams, to see their grandchild here in this place to remind the UCP government of just how precious our children are and their well-being through education, and it is quintessential to the meaning of life. And furthermore, protecting our Constitution is paramount, which could have easily been done if this government would have accepted our amendment brought forth earlier and simply deleted the notwithstanding clause. However, this government refused to do so and consequently has now destabilized the protections of workers' rights in our province.
Shame.
Mr. Speaker, all children in Alberta who are learning in our public education system deserve a properly funded classroom with more than adequate supports for kids with complex needs. It has been very clear what the teachers are asking for. In fact, they made a simple infographic about it. What we see in this legislation is a direct affront to our kids' well-being, and it only punishes our teachers. This is detrimental to the entire future of our province, and even my ancestors knew how important education is to future generations. And what we have seen with Bill 2 is nothing short of an assault on democracy, with our children's well-being and educational needs held hostage. What we witnessed here is that in the House today was not democracy. It is the erasure of charter rights, and every Albertan should be concerned about the dangerous precedents that this sets. A government that fears debate does not serve the people. It simply serves itself. By cutting down debate and ramming this bill through, this government has chosen convenience over accountability and silence over the voices of Albertans. Every member in this House was elected to speak for the people we represent, from cities to the smallest of hamlets, from the reserves to the ranch lands. Limiting our debate to an hour is an insult to every Albertan who expects their voice to be heard in this chamber. It tells Albertans that their stories, their struggles, their hopes and their fears simply just don't matter enough to be discussed. For years and years, teachers have told the truth about the overwhelming size of their classrooms, the complexity of the children, and this government blames rather than believes. Teachers have been using duct tape and paper clips and thank you to hold it together to provide care through shameful, chronic underfunding. I have heard it from teachers in my constituency of irreparable harm, and yet this UCP government continues to perpetuate this harm, cutting per student funding by thousands, slashing PUF, laying off EAs, and now refusing to track class sizes. Who does that? Teachers' asks have been clear: smaller classes, wages that keep up with the pace of inflation, real supports for complexity. Mr. Speaker, democracy depends on disagreement. It depends on dialogue. It depends on our willingness to listen, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's uncomfortable. When a government shuts it down, it reveals exactly who it is. A government afraid of scrutiny, a government afraid of accountability, and driven by self-interest, not public interest, and most certainly not the interest of our teachers, parents, and families. This most certainly is not strength. It is cowardice. The cowardice of a government that cannot defend its very own actions before the people it claims to serve. Let me be clear. When debate dies, democracy dies with it. And today, this government has struck another low blow against the democratic foundations our forefathers built. Their legacy of an Alberta for everyone is diminishing right before our eyes. The difficult part, there's absolutely no way to make up for the damage that has been caused by Bill 2. Albertans deserve better, teachers deserve better than Bill 2, students deserve better than Bill 2, parents and caregivers deserve so much more. Alberta deserves a government that shows up, that listens, not one that silences. They deserve a leader who shows up and sits through uncomfortable times. Albertans deserve representation, not repression. And
House Leader, is that a point of order? Did I hear or no?
I'll actually begin my point of order by giving credit to the Leader of the Opposition. This has been certainly a long debate, and this is the first point of order. So it sounds like there's a change of tone on the opposition side, which is certainly welcome news. But the member clearly pointed out the absence of the Premier in the chamber, which is unparliamentary. And that is something that is a long-held convention of this chamber. We don't recognize the presence or absence of a member. Doing so or slaps in the face tradition in this House, and I would ask the member refrain from doing that going forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I rise because I disagree with the government House Leader. I do not have the benefit of the blues, but I heard the member say that we deserve a leader who sits through uncomfortable conversations. That statement on its own, it doesn't imply anything, it doesn't say anything. Now, I think the government House Leader took that in a very sensitive way, given the state of affairs. Thank you very much, Deputy Whip. But what my member said was that we deserve a leader who sits through uncomfortable conversations, and I think that is a clear statement, not referring to presence or absence of anyone. I don't believe it's a point of order.
Are there any other submissions? I heard what the honourable member said, and she said that the government, the people deserves a leader that would be in the House through difficult conversations, or just easy. I actually have the floor now. It's my turn, and but it was pretty clear to me that the honourable member wasn't making reference to any particular person and any particular person's absence or presence. So, still a fair caution from the government House Leader, but it's not a point of order. And carry on.
thank you, Mr. Speaker. Albertans deserve representation, not repression. And on this side of the House, we promise teachers and students and families that we will not stop speaking truth to power, even when there are attempts to be silenced. We believe in fairness, we believe in respect, and we most certainly believe that better is possible.
Here, here.